24 degrees, sunny. I got some new gloves on. Bike's nice and hot. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Good morning. This is your old pal, Mike Cayley 7, coming to you from North Carolina, atop my old Zuzu, the 2005 Road King Classic. And it's time to do some riding and some vlogging. What do you think of that? So, this morning is Monday. I think it's the 24th of March. I'm riding my motorcycle to work today. I don't usually do this because of the crazy traffic that has somehow appeared out of nowhere at the last bit of the journey. You'll see it. It's stop and go traffic, and I hate stop and go traffic in the morning. Hopefully I'll be alright this one time. I won't do this again unless I have to. I'm taking the bike up to the mechanic because I need to get an inspection, and I always do an oil change at this time of year, even if I don't ride the amount of miles it says oil is old. So, what's up with me? Not a whole lot. I was watching that TV show Cosmos the first couple of weeks, and I have some good things and some bad things to say about it. I'll start off with the good, because that's what people like. You're supposed to do, right? The good is that the graphics are pretty cool. The topic is interesting. I didn't know about Giordano Bruno, I think that's his name, from the TV show. Oh goodness, that was a really hard turn there, Mikey. So, it was interesting. I learned something. And you could tell that Neil deGrasse Tyson is definitely enthusiastic about science and all that the science entails, you know, studying the universe and the human body and all kinds of good stuff. He definitely has the passion for it. Even though I disagree with him for reducing Pluto to a dwarf planet, but oh well. Just leave it alone. Anyway. So, that's the positive. Here's the negative. Number one, I don't like the show because it has a kind of a conceit that it's like the only show out there that's talking about science in an interesting way. That's BS. Have you ever heard of The Universe? It's on Science Channel. Love that show. Or How the Universe Works. That's another one. Through the Wormhole. That's another one. And you got Futurescape with James Woods. That's another one. See, there's all kinds of really interesting science shows on already. Nova has been on for years. And to listen to the producer, Seth MacFarlane, talk about it, it's almost like there is no science show on. After Cosmos went off the air, that was the end of all of it, which is not true. That's the first problem I have with it. The second problem is, actually, do I have a problem with it? No, I don't really have a problem with it. The second problem is not with the show, but with the reaction of people to the show. There you go. See? I haven't really woken up yet. Plus my neck is freezing. So here's where I'm going to get all kinds of objections. First of all, let me preface this by saying I'm not against the concept of faith. I'm not an atheist. I am a theist, which means I kind of believe that this whole thing was started possibly, I'm open to the idea of a divine influence, if you want to call it that, a first motivator, a motivating force of some kind. So that's the first thing. I want to make sure everybody understands that. I do pray. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not one now, but I still pray to Jehovah if I'm going to pray. So there you go. That being said, there are people who say that, no, you know, evolution is bullshit and science is bullshit and all this stuff that Neil deGrasse Tyson was saying is crap. How dare he? And that just, it floors me how people can be so stupid. Science, of course, is based on a kind of faith as well. And the science people are going to say, what? Yes, it is. The faith is a very basic faith that what you're seeing is actually real. Because you can't actually prove in a Cartesian way that anything is real, not even yourself. So you have to take it on a kind of faith that your senses are actually accurate. Okay, that being said, religion is completely irrational because it's based on nothing. It's based on a book. Some dude wrote a book 2,000 years ago, and you're going to take his word over science that has been tested and retested and retested. You're going to take the word of some dude? It's not some dude, it's God. Who told you it's God? The Bible. Who wrote the Bible? Some dude. No, God wrote it. No, actually, God did not write it. Well, God influenced people who wrote it. How do you know that? Were you there? There's no scientific evidence to prove any of that. So I think, first of all, if you deny that evolution and science are actually real things, then you're fucking stupid. Sorry, but you are. You can unfriend me right now. Take your dumb ass on, because that's just stupid. I mean, you can see it in dogs. Evolution. We've modified dogs from wolves to the point where you can't even recognize that it's a wolf anymore. We did that. We sped up the process of evolution. So evolution is real. They say, well, that's intelligent design because you designed the dog to be that way. Well, okay, fine. You want to do intelligent design? Let's do the clockmaker theory. Maybe God produced the entire universe and the laws of physics and all that to make this beautiful universe, including us. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that. That's, as good a theory as any at this point as to how it all got here. I mean, at least science is proving more and more how things work, which is great, which could glorify God more if there is a God, as we conceive of a God. Now, here's where I got to be careful. You see this craziness right here? I do that swoopy so that the guy behind me realizes I don't want to get killed. You know what I mean? So, if you deny science as being something you can believe in, then how do you drive a car? How do you get in an elevator? How do you get in a building? Buildings are based on science. What? They are? Yeah. How weight is distributed. The designs of things are based on scientific principles. And the theory of evolution has been tested and tested and tested and tested over and over again. So technically, even though it's still a theory, it's a pretty damn good theory. It's a whole lot better than God went poof, there's an antelope. God went poof, there's man. Some idiot actually went on Twitter and said, man is not made out of stardust. And some atheist guy, with whom I don't always agree, he said, this guy's an idiot because it says it right in the Bible. From dust you are made, and to dust you will return. God made man from dust, so maybe it's stardust. You ever think of that? See, I take the Bible with a huge grain of salt because it's one book out of many books that talks about how we got here. You got the Talmud, you got the Quran, you got the Bhagavad Gita, you got the Mahabharata. There are so many religious texts, so many religious traditions that talk about the origin of human species And what conceit it is of us to say, oh, it's the Bible that's the right one. I take it on faith. Your faith is based on nothing. I'm not going to get in an airplane based on religious faith. I'm going to get in an airplane based on scientific faith. And I don't believe in science as a religion. I believe in test the friggin' theory. If the theory comes out right, believe in it for now. If you find evidence that proves it wrong, figure out why. I like that a whole lot better. If you don't like watching Cosmos because it disagrees with your religious views on things, then just turn off the channel. Change the channel. How about that? Who's this? He's running for something? Vote Ry Robinson. All right. I will not do that because I am a teacher. Hey, I made it. I'm not dead. All right. Here we are. All right, folks. This is my Kaylee 7 talking to you. Have a good day. I might even turn off the comments for this if people get nasty. God bless you.